Good morning. Good to have your company again this morning. As we looked at Habakkuk 3 yesterday, I was reminded that one of the most famous phrases used in quite a number of hymns appears in, actually there are three other phrases in Habakkuk that are very special and beautiful. And one of them is in Habakkuk 2, verse 14. There are other verses that almost say what Habakkuk says, but not quite. But Habakkuk says, "For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." The glory of the Lord is all around us, but the knowledge about the glory of the Lord, the knowledge that of the Lord and his glory, that everything is around, there will come a day when the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, or as the old translation said, "For the earth will be filled with the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." And that's a funny phrase, isn't it? As the waters cover the sea, because the sea isn't the sea if it isn't full of water. But it's a funny phrase, isn't it? But it's a poetic phrase. And the Bible is full of beautiful poetry, beautiful phrases that mean so much to us. And I don't know about you, but when I look around at the world and I look around at everything that is of value to each of us, there's so much trivia around. There's so much around that is not of any eternal worth at all. But the thing that is of eternal worth are the things of God. And there will come a day when the whole earth will acknowledge Jesus as Lord, and the glory of God that is his by right in himself to begin with, but also by virtue of all that he has done for us. That glory will be evident to everyone all around the world. And just as much as there's so much water in this world, the glory of God is going to cascade everywhere, flood the world. Oh, even so, Lord, come, is what I say, because there are times when you get very tired of the world in which we live and of the negative stuff and of the difficulties we face, and how wonderful it's going to be when the Lord's glory fills the earth and the people and the nations of the earth stop fighting, stop angling, stop jostling for position, and the whole earth is filled with the glory of the Lord, so that everything else pales into insignificance compared to his glory. And he is glorious. He is glorious. He is the most wonderful, amazing God, that he should love us, knowing our faults, knowing what we're like deep inside, knowing the worst things about us. Do you know those things about us that make us really not like ourselves? Our attitudes sometimes and our responses to situations. I don't know if you have it, but there are times when I think, I don't really like myself. I wish I could change what happens inside me when certain things happen around me. I wish I could change it. But praise God, there's a work in process, and he is working on all of us to change us from one degree of glory to the next. And there will be one day when we will be like him, for we will see him as he is, and then those imperfections will cease to exist, because we will be the eternal beings, the righteous, clothed in his righteousness, with all that dishonourable stuff done away with. How wonderful. So this verse in Habakkuk 2:14, "For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." Praise God. There's a famous hymn, isn't there, that has that. I won't try and sing it, but there's but it has that phrase in it, and it's quite a well-known hymn and sung quite a bit. And so many of our hymns are filled with phrases and verses from the Bible, so that if we forget the Bible, we forget where it is. We remember the verse, which is the most important thing. And Habakkuk, in all his struggling with the unfairness of life, which was his struggle with how God could use an unrighteous nation to punish a nation more righteous than them, that had still sinned, but were not nearly as bad as those who were being brought as the punishment. He couldn't understand why that was happening. And we do look around our world and we see unfairnesses around us all the time, and we struggle with it sometimes. But he comes out with these wonderful things. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.